Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to round 18 of the NOSSCAR B Cup Series Championship. Here in the opening season, we're all set here for a 16-car, 100-lap race here in Fontana. The green flag is out. Coloradocuban and Jay Taylor are going to lead them to the line. Jay Taylor in the 88, Coloradocuban in the 18. Then you got Throbbing Vein up there battling with them for the race lead, as well as Larson-Rocks in the 31 car. Sideways for the 24 going into turn 1. He had to slow down and gather it up. Driver 88 in the 46 is going to go around him on the outside. Tyler Scott in the 78 going to try to follow him. Man, it's getting dicey early. One-Eyed Rat got very close to the outside wall coming out of turn 4 in the 43 car. Question is, does he have enough momentum to still get around the 42? The 42 car is being driven by Charfried, who is filling in for Just Ken 03. Ken still has a very strong shot at making the chase and winning the championship. Therefore, Charfried stepping in to give that man a hand. Coloradocuban out front. Jay Taylor second. Throbbing Vein third. Bongosaurus fourth. Oh, and problems for the 2 car of Sean. Sean goes up and makes contact with the wall. Driver 88, TyMac 11, and a few others able to avoid him. Man, it's 3 wide going into turn 1. The 2 car again with problems goes up and makes contact with the wall again. RJ Haywood in the 19 car with a little bit of contact with the 24 of TyMac 11. This is a battle for 11th place. Punisher Drummer on the inside of Throbbing Vein for third up front. These guys are very sideways. RJ Haywood, contact with the wall. TyMac 11 narrowly misses the inside wall after making contact with the 19 car. Beautiful save. 2-time X2 Series champion TyMac 11. We're riding on board with him now. One-Eyed Rat, RJ Haywood side by side for 12th and 13th, just behind the 24. Driver 88 in the 46 car up to 11, and problems now for Smokin' Joe 23 in the 15 car. Smokin' Joe has spun, making contact with the outside wall coming out of turn 2, spins towards the grass. Remember guys, there are no cautions in the NOSSCAR B Cup Series or the NOSSCAR X2 Series here on NASCAR 15. NOSSCAR is a non-profit online racing organization to allow drivers that are unnoticed to show off their talents. And it's really not surprising me that these cars are getting so sideways. There's really not a whole lot of grip here in Fontana here at Auto Club Speedway, and there never really has been. It's a wide track, thankfully, so having no grip, they can chase it up the track close to the wall without making contact. And now Throbbing Vein has taken the race lead from Coloradocuban. Jay Taylor runs third, Bongosaurus fourth, and Punisher Drummer rounding out the top 5. Man Anger sits in 6th place. Larson-Rocks is hanging in there in 7th. After today's race, there is only 2 races before the chase begins. The playoffs is a 5-race point system with no eliminations or rounds. The playoff driver with the most points at the end of the 5 races will be your Season 1 NOSSCAR B Cup Series champion. The field has gotten quite spread out at this point. Side-by-side battle up towards the race lead, and it's Colorado Cuban. He's going to take the race lead back from Throbbing Vein. Jay Taylor, teammates with Throbbing Vein, is going to follow him. Driver 88 got a little sideways coming out of turn 2 there, had to gather it back up. He remains just in front of Tyler Scott in the 78 car. Tyler Scott has a number of top 10 finishes to his resume, whereas driver 88 is relatively new to the NOSSCAR B Cup Series. Just in front of those two, you've got Charfried, who is very new to the NOSSCAR B Cup Series. He's running in the 42 car, and he's running in 9th place. '46 and 78 side by side. It's a battle for 10th and 11th as TyMac 11 looks on. That's his view of the battle for 9th and 10th. Oh, and contact. Charfried makes contact with the outside wall. This is going to allow Tyler Scott in the 78 car to get around him there. Now the 42 of Charfried slips back to 10th. Look at how hard TyMac 11's working that wheel here in the 24 car. "14 NOSSCAR X2 Series victories. 6 NOSSCAR B Cup Series victories. And 2-time NOSSCAR X2 Series champion. He knows how to get it done. I love the bumper cam. Oh, the bumper cam. We got a camera on every tire for the 24 car. 78 of Tyler Scott is peeling down pit road, as is driver 88 in the 46. Question is, when do the leaders stop? When do Jay Taylor, when do Throbbing Vein, when do Colorado Cuban make their pit stop? As TyMac 11 gets around Charfried, but Charfried gives him a bit of a bump. TyMac 11 goes up, brushes the wall. Now that some cars have made pit stops, this is a battle for the 6th place position as the 42 car looks to defend it from the 24. Oh, we've got pit stops here. TyMac 11 in the 24 car brings it down pit road. Remember, there are no flags in the NOSSCAR B Cup Series. No cautions, no black flags, no red flags. And by the looks of it, Colorado Cuban is on pit road with some severe right side damage. And there goes the 18 leaving pit road with that right side damage we were talking about, as RJ Haywood appears to now be on pit road getting service. Some steam coming out from under the hood of the 24. Driver 88 and the 46 will go by as pit stops cycle through. Lots of debris laying on the track. That is one thing that always causes a concern for the cautionless series that NOSSCAR runs. The debris can cut down a tire like lightning. very good to see Throbbing Vein up there battling for the race lead with Jay Taylor and Colorado Cuban. He's made fewer starts than a lot of the other guys in this series, but has shown a lot of skill in the few starts that he has made. Now you got Bongosaurus battling with Man Anger there. Bong in the 14, Man Anger in the 35, and then Driver 88 just behind him in the 46 car. This is for 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th, folks. As Tyler Scott in the 78 car has slipped back a couple of spots, back to the 12th position. Charfried in the 42 runs 11th. Up front, it's Colorado Cuban, Jay Taylor, and Throbbing Vein, followed closely by Punisher Drummer and Larson-Rocks. That is your top 5. We're getting a report from Pit Road that Sean 74126 is no longer in today's race. He has pulled off the track with a connection problem. He will watch the rest of this one from the sidelines, and he will pick up a 16th finish. Tough break for Sean. He is a former winner in the NOSSCAR X2 Series. The NOSSCAR B Cup Series, which is what we are watching right now, folks, is a setups on series, 50% distance races. Fuel use times 3, tire wear times 2, no cautions, no black flags, no driving assists of any kind. Whereas the NOSSCAR X2 series, no setups, 20% distance races, and every other setting remains the same. Now, TyMac 11 approaching the back bumper of the 46 machine driven by Driver 88. This is a battle for 9th. TyMac 11 shoots for the bottom. He's going to take it. Well, we've seen Driver 88 do this before. We've seen him run close to the front for the majority of the race, and then we see him start to take it easy. And many people speculate that it might be due to the fuel strategy. Having no cautions really allows these guys to use fuel strategy in their favor. Fuel and tire strategy. Now we're looking back from TyMac 11's car back to Driver 88. And that is Charfried in the red car a little bit further back that you see. He is in the 42 car running 11th. Just in front of TyMac 11, Man Anger, battling for position there with One-Eye Brat. Oh, and big problems there. NASCAR Guy Sr. battling here with TyMac 11, Man Anger, and Driver 88. The 48 car of NASCAR Guy Sr. is one lap down in the 15th position. And while all that was going on, TyMac 11 managed to pass the 35 car driven by Man Anger to take over the 8th position. There's a look at TyMac 11. He seems to be slowly, methodically moving towards the front. Qualified 11th, running in 9th, or 8th rather. Oh, we heard that. What was that? Somebody blew a tire somewhere. Well, when the cars went by the grandstands that last time by where the commentary booth is, we heard a loud pop. But we stay green, of course. And we don't see who the car is, who the driver is having the issue. We heard the pop. That much is for sure. As just in front of TyMac 11, Bongosaurus passes Smokin' Joe 63. Smokin' Joe having a great run in that 15 car. He's a part-timer here in the NOSSCAR B Cup Series, running in 7th here at Auto Club. Lots of debris sitting up towards the top groove of this racetrack right now, as driver 88 and Mananger are side by side for the 9th and 10th positions. It's a battle on the racetrack. Ford versus Chevy. Remember, if you would like to be a NOSSCAR Series driver, subscribe to the YouTube channel and search NOSSCAR Series on Facebook. As well, you can go to www.NOSSCAR with 2 S's, NOSSCAR.com. The battle for 9th and 10th has settled down. Mananger has prevented the 46 of driver 88 from making the move on the inside. Charfried running 11th, Tyler Scott 12th. We're getting a report that coloradocuban has spun out. While running in 2nd place behind Jay Taylor, coloradocuban has spun out, folks. coloradocuban now running just in front of Larson-Rocks and Bongosaurus in the 4th position. And meanwhile, out front, it is the 88 car of Jay Taylor leading the way. Jay Taylor won the pole for this race, his 2nd career NOSSCAR B Cup Series pole. And now Larson-Rocks and Bongosaurus are battling here. This is for the 5th and 6th positions, if I'm not mistaken. Punisher Drummer has worked his way up into the 3rd position now. And there's that pop again. I really don't know what's going on with this popping sound that we hear every now and then coming out of 4. This is where the commentary booth is located. And now we're getting word that coloradocuban has made an unscheduled pit stop for the damage he has to the race car. coloradocuban, as a result of this, has dropped outside of the top 10 temporarily. And now, by the looks of it, One-Eyed Rat peeling down pit road. TyMac 11 peeling down pit road. And there's the pop sound again, and it's just simply not going to go away. And there we see coloradocuban on pit road repairing the damage. RJ Haywood in the 19 car having a great run today. He's leaving his pit stall just right now to rejoin the race in that number 19 car. And by the looks of things, he joined the track just in front of NASCAR Guy Sr., who's running in the 48 car in 15th position. And there goes coloradocuban, and a very short pit stop there for TyMac 11 as they made some contact exiting pit road. I think that TyMac 11 went with fuel only. I'm really not sure about this. We're going to have to go and call Marty Snyder or somebody down there. But I think the 24 took fuel only. Smokin' Joe in the 15 car took 4 tires and gas and a slight wedge adjustment in the 15, and he's going to come out back onto the track in the 9th position. Lots of fuel strategy and lots of tire strategy is starting to unfold. Mananger now leaving the pit road area in the 35 car as TyMac 11 will go by him around the outside in turn 2. Want to follow the NOSSCAR B Cup Series even closer? The next race is scheduled for Thursday, September 21st at Daytona, the Daytona Beach 200. Two races remain before the playoff system begins, and that is Daytona and Richmond. And you're not going to want to miss Richmond, folks. Well, so far we can toss up the most laps led award, the bonus point for it, to Jay Taylor in the 88 car. Running very strong up there, has been running fast all day. I think it's going to come down to fuel strategy, guys. I really do. I think that there's going to be a couple of cars that don't have to pit towards the end that might be able to take the upper hand and have the lead when it comes down to it. There's Tyler Scott in the 78 car just in front of TyMac 11. He was involved in a wreck about 3 or 4 laps ago. He is now 1 lap down, running in the 13th position, and it looks like he's going to make a pit stop here. No, he's not. Rather, he was running very low on the track that last time by through turns 3 and 4. Could have swore he was going to dive bomb down pit road, but he does not. In fact, I feel like he may even have fresher rubber than TyMac 11 in the 24 at this point. Oh, in contact with coloradocuban. And around goes Colorado. Colorado goes up into the outside wall in turns 3. There was a bit of a stack up there with the 78 and the 18, and the 24 had nowhere to go. Nowhere to go for TyMac 11, and the only place coloradocuban in the 18 went was the wall. Big problems there. Love the sound of the engines here in NASCAR 15. They really hit it right when it comes to the sound of the cars and when it comes to the fast steering ability in the turns. The NOSSCAR A Cup Series, the NOSSCAR X Series, and the NOSSCAR Truck Series will begin in about 2 or 3 weeks' time on the PlayStation 4 console on NASCAR Heat Evolution 2. To sign up, subscribe to the NOSSCAR Series YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Look at all the campers on the inside of the track. Bet you they're having a great time. I would have the barbecue going with some steak. Maybe a few cracked cans of beer. You never know. As of right now, your top 5 are Jay Taylor, Throbbing Vein, Bongosaurus, Punisher Drummer, and TyMac 11, up in the 5th position. Oh, and problems there for the 38 car, contact with the outside wall. That indeed is Punisher Drummer. Punisher Drummer running in 4th place in the 38 car, TyMac 11 and the 24 running in 5th. More contact for the outside wall from the 38 car. Crowd is on their feet. Now let's see. No, you can tell that the 38 car, you can tell Punisher Drummer needs to get out of the throttle exiting the turn or else he's going to make contact. The car has a push exiting the turns. And it kind of looks like Mananger in the 35 car might have the same issue because he made contact with the outside wall coming out of turn 2 that last time by. 38 does it again coming out of 4. This is not going to give. A flat right front or a damaged right front rotor is in the near future for Punisher Drummer. Oh, and a little sideways there for the 24, TyMac 11. And now we continue to hear the boom and the bang and the gunshot slang, and we really do not know what is causing it. We think it is the car in third place, which in this case would be Throbbing Vein. You never know though. We're also getting word, guys, that NASCAR Guy Sr. has pulled off the racetrack with a connection issue and will receive a 15th place finish for his efforts tonight. NASCAR Guy Sr. won the NOSSCAR B Cup Series race at Daytona earlier this year to clinch a berth in the NOSSCAR B Cup Series playoffs. The top 14 drivers will make the NOSSCAR B Cup Series playoffs. If you win a race, you are in the chase. For example, if there are 8 different race winners, we will take those 8 race winners and put them into the NOSSCAR B Cup Series chase, and the 6 open slots will be filled by the drivers without wins with the most points. And that is simply just an example. Well, the report that we had about NASCAR Guy Sr. pulling off the racetrack seems to be false at the moment, because NASCAR Guy Sr. appears to still be on the racetrack in that 48 car with severe damage to the front end. He is running in 15th, well off the pace. That's the NASCAR Guy Sr. is the blue dot there just in front of TyMac 11. Riding on board now with TyMac 11 and the 24. This is what he sees, the helmet cam. Maybe the best view in the game. You can hear him have to be careful and feather the throttle coming out of the turns, and I think a lot of guys are struggling with this issue. As you can see, he's doing something right, though. He is gaining on NASCAR Guy Sr., his teammate, here in the NOSSCAR B Cup Series. Very impressed with Bongosaurus in the 14 car. He may be winless here in the NOSSCAR B Cup Series so far in his early career, but he's got some amazing finishes to back it up when it comes to obtaining sponsorship and coming back to the racetrack. Finding reason to come back to the events is key. Bongosaurus has all the reason in the world. 16 races, 3 top 5s, or rather 16 races, 10 top 5s, and 14 top 10 finishes here in the NOSSCAR B Cup Series for the 14 bunch and Bongosaurus. And he's got 7 NOSSCAR X2 Series victories, which is the second most all time. Of course, that series is Tier 2 of 2 on NASCAR 15. Meanwhile, 24, TyMac 11, 4 tires and fuel, no adjustments, and he's gone. 38 car Punisher Drummer will go by. Driver 88 in the 46 is going to go by. Let's check in on Charfried. Charfried is filling in for Just Ken 03, and Charfried is running in the 9th position here in the number 42 car. Not a regular in the NOSSCAR B Cup Series. In fact, he runs the Merle League, Monster Energy Race League, on NASCAR 15, and does quite well over there. That's the league where Just Ken 03 and coloradocuban came from. They still run over there, and they're the top dogs over there, as well as THR Hard Pickle, who also runs part-time in the NOSSCAR B Cup Series. Some interesting names on the track these days. Some interesting names in the NOSSCAR B Cup Series in general. You got Char Fried, you got Man Anger, Punisher Drummer, One-Eyed Rat, Throbbing Bane. The list just goes on and on. Trouble for You. It just some very unique, very unique personalities and driver names here in the NOSSCAR B Cup Series. We're nearly halfway done here. 100-lap event here at Fontana. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching the NOSSCAR B Cup Series here on NASCAR 15 on the PlayStation 3. We are back here in Fontana for the NOSSCAR B Cup Series race. We're a little over halfway complete, 100 laps at this 2-mile D-shaped oval. A little track history here for you. The track opened back in June of 1947. That is when the official ribbon cutting was complete, or excuse me, 1997 rather. Formerly known as California Speedway. It's 2,200 feet long on pit road, 14-degree maximum banking, can fit about 122,000 fans, and the front straightaway is 75 feet wide, not including the 15-foot wide apron. Very little grip at this racetrack, but a lot of space to work with. Jay Taylor is your race leader. Throbbing Vein is in second. Bongosaurus is in third. TyMac 11 runs in fourth. Or Punisher Drummer runs in fourth, and TyMac 11 rounding out your top 5 in the 24 car. As you can see though, the 78 car, Tyler Scott, is moving in on TyMac 11. Remember, this is not a battle for position. Tyler Scott is in 13th place, 1 lap down. Tyler Scott is no slouch on the NOSSCAR B Cup Series Tour though. Struggles a little bit on road courses, but then again a lot of these drivers do. And he's a top 10 machine when it comes to the NOSSCAR X2 Series, which is also hosted here on NASCAR 15. Oh, but right when I'm talking good things about the 78 car, problems for him, Tyler Scott brushes the outside wall coming out of turn 2. Just in front of them, you got Smokin' Joe and Punisher Drummer side by side. Smokin' Joe, if I'm not mistaken, is playing a little bit of fuel strategy right now, because he was well out in front of Punisher Drummer up there in the 3rd position. Now he's dropping back. It's the interesting things about these NOSSCAR B Cup Series races. They're very, very long. Therefore, if you can have a longer fuel run than the other drivers, even just by a lap or two, that will add up before the end of the race and could possibly mean 1 fewer pit stop or a much shorter pit stop for you towards the end of the race. The only problem with the fuel strategy, guys, is you got to make sure that you're fast enough in order to be close enough to the leaders in case you do have some sort of fuel strategy in mind for them at the end of the race. TyMac 11 peels down pit road. This is a lap or 2 shorter than expected for the 2-time X2 Series champion. Driver 88 on pit road, Bongosaurus on pit road, and coloradocuban in the 18 car just leaving his pit stall. 7-time race winner in the X2 Series, Bongosaurus. Number 14 car leaves pit road, going to rejoin the action on the track, and it was a fuel-only pit stop for the 24 bunch. 46 car took 4 tires and fuel, no adjustments. Bongosaurus took 4 tires and fuel with a slight air pressure adjustment on the right side tires. And Charfried in the 42 car is yet to make his scheduled pit stop. This is what makes me believe that Charfried is looking for some sort of fuel strategy, guys. He seems to be pitting anywhere from 4 to 6 laps later than some of the leaders. Boom, bang, shebang. Another tire popping sound here at Auto Club, and we're still uncertain of what the cause is. Oh, but it's loud. Yeah, I would say we go a lap or 2 without it sometimes, and then we go about 10 without it sometimes. It's just really, it's really all about what car it is and where they are, and we're really not certain about what the popping noise is. We always suspect that it's a tire going down, or that a car is bottoming out when they are hard on the brakes in the corner. Or perhaps just gearing down, but it's the position in the turns that leads us to believe it is not a result of a car gearing down. Driver 88 looking to the inside of the 24 car, TyMac 11. This is a battle for position. '46 car makes it stick. Slides up in front of the 24. Just in front of them, Char Fried in the 42, looking strong. And about a straightaway behind these guys, we just saw a glimpse of it. There is a 3-wide battle, and problems for Char Fried. He spins into the outside wall, turn 4. It appeared he was trying to slow down to make it to pit road, and he does. He will make it to pit road, but he suffers some minor damage and will lose some track time as a result of getting sideways and up into the outside wall. And this happened right in front of driver 88 and TyMac 11. This could have been bad news for both of those guys. There has been some incidents in this race, hasn't there? Colorado-Cuban hitting the wall. Char Fried hitting the wall. Tyler Scott hitting the wall. Punisher Drummer hitting the wall. NASCAR Guy Sr. spinning out. And there's a whole lot of time left to go. Now, driver 88 is marching away from the 24 car. And now this is where you can clearly see that 4 fresh Goodyears are stronger than fuel only. Because driver 88 took 4 tires and no adjustments. TyMac 11 and the 24 took no tires, fuel only. We had a total of 20 cars. It split between the 2 qualification races in order to figure out the top 8 finishers for the feature race tonight. Top 8 from each qualification race advance to the feature race. NASCAR 15 can only hold 16 drivers in one online race. Honorable mentions for the drivers that were unable to advance to the feature here. In Fontana, Twitch Whiskers, Trouble for You, Piper Jade 36, ATM2 Racing, Milan 007, THR Hard Pickle, among others. Very impressed with RJ Haywood so far in this race. Recently, he switched from the number 21 car to the number 19 car. The seat became available, the ride became free, and RJ Haywood made the driver change. And he hasn't looked back since. Before today's race, RJ Haywood has 5 races in the NOSSCAR B Cup Series, 2 top 5 finishes, and 4 top 10s. Impressive record for the young man. Big Dale Earnhardt Jr. fan in real life, if I am not mistaken. A little bit more info about the NOSSCAR B Cup Series, ladies and gentlemen. We are in round 18 of the 25 races this year. After today, only 2 races remain before the playoffs begin. 14 drivers make the playoffs. A victory clinches you one of those 14 spots, and the remaining slots will be filled by the highest drivers in the standings with no victories. The playoffs feature 5 races with no rounds or eliminations, and every race will be just as important as the last. Visit the National Online Superstock Car Association of Racing website at www.noscar.com. NOSSCAR officially opened its doors on July 24th, 2017. Since then, 2 leagues on PlayStation 3 have captured the attention of the online racing community on NASCAR 15. Starting in early October, the NOSSCAR A Cup Series will be launching on NASCAR Heat Evolution 2 for the PlayStation 4 console, as well as the NOSSCAR X Series and the NOSSCAR Truck Series. The purpose of NOSSCAR is to showcase the racing abilities of any and all who go unnoticed. It is a non-profit online racing series. However, we are accepting donations, and all donations will go towards the purchase of trophies for the series champions. Limited open slots are available. Go to www.facebook.com/NOSSCAR Series for more information. And now it appears driver 88 is making a scheduled pit stop. Those 4 fresh Goodyear Eagles, they got him out a little bit further than TyMac 11, but as you can see, the gap that he was able to achieve was not very great in comparison to the time spent on pit road. No tires every other pit stop or every 2 pit stops just might be the way to go here in Fontana. Leave it to the drivers to figure it out. Little over 23 minutes remaining in the race, folks. And we're now getting a report that NASCAR Guy Sr. and Throbbing Vane are out of the race. Both drivers out of the race due to connection issues. 13 cars remain on the racetrack. 7 of them are on the lead lap. The lead lap cars appear to be Jay Taylor, Bongosaurus, TyMac 11, coloradocuban, Mananger, Punisher Drummer, and RJ Haywood. The next NOSSCAR B Cup Series race is scheduled for Tuesday at Daytona. The Daytona Beach 200 will be taking place at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on NASCAR 15 on the PlayStation 3 console. The race will be uploaded to YouTube the following day, Wednesday, September 20th. TyMac 11 here in the 24 car on pit road. Meanwhile, the 14 Bongosaurus, as you see, is leaving his pit stall, and coloradocuban in the 18 did the same moments ago. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty here of the Fontana 200. 100-lap event here at the D-shaped oval. And there is Jay Taylor coming out of the pits as well. Jay Taylor is your race leader. When the pit stops cycle through, this means TyMac 11 is on the tail end of the lead lap. Driver 88 in trouble of going 2 laps down to race leader Jay Taylor, and Punisher Drummer in the 38 car, final car on the lead lap in 6th place. Remember though, there is fuel strategy and tire strategy going on. So this is all going to shake up somehow, some way towards the end of this race. Jay Taylor does not have the speed that TyMac 11 and driver 88 do right now, as they took 4 fresh Goodyear Eagles. Question is, how far can TyMac 11 get in front of Jay Taylor? And was it worth it, spending the extra time on pit road for the 4 tires? TyMac 11 is going to get around driver 88 here. It kind of looked like driver 88 put his hand out the driver window and told the 2-time X2 Series champion to go on ahead. I'm 1 lap down, bud. No sense fighting you right now. Another car leaving pit road there. I believe it was RJ Haywood. RJ Haywood 96. One of the quick up-and-comers here in the NOSSCAR B Cup Series, as well as driver 88. There he is, coming off of pit road down the back straightaway. Very slick-looking black and green and yellow paint job on that number 19 Toyota, driven by R.J. Haywood. And now I believe driver 88 was considering coming down pit road that last time by, might have overshot it slightly and changed his mind. Certainly what it looked like from our view. Oh, and R.J. Haywood went a little bit high there in turn 2, and TyMac 11's going to take advantage and get around the 19 car. Driver 88 and R.J. Haywood about to be side by side. That will be a battle for position. Both cars one lap down, but both cars inside the top 10. Swear to God, someone's sitting in turn 4 with a shotgun. And now the 31 car of Larson-Rocks 321 is coming out of the pits. We haven't really spoken too much about Larson-Rocks today, but he has been quietly hiding inside the top 10 and running very, very strong. He appears to be on the opposite fuel strategy as Jay Taylor and Throbbing Vein and Colorado Cuban. Larson-Rocks is a new driver here in the NOSSCAR B Cup Series, and he has already picked up himself a NOSSCAR B Cup Series pole award and a victory in the NOSSCAR X2 Series. Larson-Rocks is one of the favorites to make the playoffs here in Season 1 for the NOSSCAR B Cup Series. And now Larson's giving you guys at home a taste of what it's like to have the 4 fresh tires as he gets alongside TyMac 11. It appeared TyMac gave him plenty of room, went all the way up towards the outside wall, and allowed Larson to get the run on the bottom that he needed. Well, there is such thing as a manufacturer's battle as well. The Chevy guys are more prone to help each other out, in my opinion, than a Chevy and Ford driver helping each other. Punisher Drummer comes off pit road. Again, he is on a different pit strategy than the rest of them. Seems to be on his own unique pit strategy, in fact. And he is now running in the 5th position. Your leader is Jay Taylor. 2nd place, Bongosaurus. 3rd place is Larson-Rocks 321. 4th place is TyMac 11. And rounding out the top 5 is Punisher Drummer in the 38 car. And just behind them, you've got R.J. Haywood and driver 88 still battling for position. That is a battle for 9th and 10th place, 1 lap down. Side by side here for 4th and 5th, Punisher Drummer and TyMac 11. Punisher Drummer made it stick. He's going to go by and take the 4th spot. Yeah, it appears that Punisher Drummer and TyMac 11 just can't seem to get away from each other on the track today. They've been right near each other all race long. Same with driver 88, 46 car. Way back in the distance, you can see Colorado Cuban. That was the green car that flashed by. And Charfried in the 42 car was right with him. There goes the shotgun. RJ Haywood's gaining a lot of ground here on the 24 car. I really like that groove that TyMac 11 uses there. Second groove from the bottom, and he makes it work. Now it's lightning speed. Go grease lightning, you're burning down the quarter mile. Grease lightning, go grease lightning. Go grease lightning, you're coasting down the quarter mile. And TyMac 11 making his final pit stop of the race. Now on pit road. "12 laps remaining in the race. Punisher Drummer will go by on the outside. One-Eyed Rat in the 43 car, now in 12th place. And problems for Jay Taylor. We're getting a report that Jay Taylor had a major connection problem and he is no longer in the race. The 88 car was the race leader and he is now out of this thing. A lot of drivers that have been battling for the lead all race long have had serious problems today, including Jay Taylor, Throbbing Vein, and coloradocuban. This is opening the door for Bongosaurus. Bongosaurus in the 14 car has the race lead, and he has already made his final pit stop. Bongosaurus has never won a NOSSCAR B Cup Series race. As TyMac 11 makes a little bit of contact with the wall there. And coloradocuban is catching TyMac 11. Oh! And let's see that again, ladies and gentlemen. Larson-Rocks gets loose on the inside and hard contact with TyMac 11 in the 24. coloradocuban is able to dodge the catastrophe. And now Larson-Rocks is parked up against the outside wall just before turn 1. This is going to change the race dramatically. Charfried in the 42, RJ Haywood, Mananger, they're all going to go by TyMac 11 here. Severe damage to the 24 machine. And the 31 car of Larson-Rocks 321 has finally got it fired up and he's going again, he's rolling. But man, what an impact there that we just saw. And now TyMac 11 is going to try to limp this car home. He's currently in 3rd place. coloradocuban got around him there for 2nd while all of that was going on. Bongosaurus has the lead in the 14 car. He has never won a race. He has never won a NOSSCAR B Cup Series race. He has won 7 NOSSCAR X2 Series events, but never one of the big ones. Could today be the day for the 14 bunch? We are having camcorder difficulties, therefore we are speeding up the video towards the end. And we're coming down to the final 2 laps here. Bongosaurus needs to come around 2 times clean in order to get his first career NOSSCAR B Cup Series victory. Colorado-Cuban gets around TyMac 11 there for second place.